Hey YouTube, I'm going to do a quick video review of Alpha's 2017 new spring jacket. This is the L-2B Flex Flight Bomber. The original version of this jacket, or I should say the ancestor of this jacket, is the MA1 bomber that you see so many people wearing nowadays, like Kanye West and pretty much everyone else. This is the current design spec that gets issued to Navy and Air Force pilots. So Navy and Air Force pilots today don't get issued MA1 bomber jackets. They get issued this, which is an L2 model bomber. So that's the new variant. But this is a bit different because this is a thinner material and it's called Flex Flight. And so it's made for slightly warmer weather conditions. It's not as insulated as a traditional L2 jacket is. So Alpha calls this the L2 Flex Flight jacket. I was super excited when I got this jacket, but my excitement has sort of dimmed, and for a couple of reasons. One, the material seems kind of cheap. Now, I understand it's made from nylon. A lot of these jackets today are made from nylon. There's a different version of this jacket, which they call a mil-spec jacket. That jacket is made from a material called Nomex. Nomex is a proprietary fabric that is pretty much... it's flame retardant, but really nearly almost fireproof to a certain extent. And so it makes really great material for fighter pilots who are exposed to those sorts of dangers. A company by the name of DuPont is the company that developed the Nomex fabric, and they have a patent on that fabric, which means that they can prevent anyone from creating and selling that fabric in commerce. And what that means is that if you want Nomex, you can only buy it from DuPont. And what that means is that DuPont can charge you whatever it wants for the fabric, right? No other competitors, they can charge you whatever they want. What does all of that mean? It means that if you want a jacket made from Nomex today, it's going to cost you a lot of money. To give you an example, this jacket, which is made from nylon, is $150. This same jacket made from Nomex is $800. So it's almost 5 times the price, just because of the fabric. Okay, so all of that said, I understood that this is nylon. A lot of jackets are made from nylon, but this almost has a vinyl feel to it. And if you listen to it, you can sort of hear its lack of quality. Right? I mean, it feels more like vinyl than it does like nylon. Now, it is pretty matted, so it's not very shiny like nylon can tend to be. But that doesn't change the fact that the quality is not very impressive of the material. Okay, so that was a big thing that I wasn't expecting. And online, the quality looks much different. Another big major thing that I didn't like about this is if we look on the inside pocket here and take a quick look at the manufacturer's label. It's made in China. Well, that's kind of a bummer. This is a U.S. Naval and Air Force flight jacket made by a company that has a really long and rich history making military flight jackets for the U.S. military, but it's now made in China. Okay, I understand that things cost a lot more if they're made in the United States, but that doesn't mean that just because something's made in China, it's always going to be cheap. There are a lot of really high quality items, believe it or not, like cars and really expensive motorcycles, just to name a few things, that are made in China but have really high quality. Okay? So just because something's made in China doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be low quality. And so I thought Alpha could have done a little bit better job at making sure that the quality was a little bit better on this jacket. And let me get to some of my reasons. The second reason, so the first thing is really that the overall quality of the fabric feels cheap to me. The second thing is I'm a sucker for detail. I really believe you can tell the quality of something if you just pay attention to the details. If you look at the threading here on the zipper, it's unfinished. It's like frayed. And that doesn't scream quality to me, right? If you're gonna get a $150 jacket that's supposed to be military issue, you shouldn't have that right there. Like, that shouldn't be there. Okay, so that's one thing. Another thing that kind of got me, I can get it off here, is if you sort of like look at the zipper construction, it looks kind of cheap, and it's not even symmetrical. If you look at, right, just, you see that the left side is sort of protruded out a little bit. If I can get my camera to focus. It's not very like polished off, and it almost seems like it's gonna pop off. It just kind of looks like a cheap piece of metal there at the end. And I'm like, you know, sort of looking at that and wondering, okay, well, how long is that going to last? Now, I get it. Military issue flight jackets are not supposed to be luxurious. I'm not expecting this thing to be luxurious. But military flight jackets, like all military equipment, have a really important role to fulfill, right? They have a very specific function, and they have to fulfill that function, and they have to do it time and time again. And ultimately, they have to be reliable. And that's sort of what I'm looking for here. So I'm not looking for luxury, but I'm looking for indication of reliability. And that sort of construction right there, or the frayed fabric here on the zipper, and the fabric here doesn't really signal reliability to me. Also, on the inside, I just got this yesterday. I haven't worn it, obviously, but there's a whole bunch of fraying here. If I can sort of show you. And it's not like it's a tear in the material, it's just like thread that it's just popping out. So it's not very well finished. Let me see if I can give you a better angle, because it's really dramatic in real life. There you go. You can kind of see that a little bit better. So like, there's just a whole bunch of fraying on the inside. All right, so there's that. And then if you look at other portions of the jacket, you can just see that it's just overall not very well finished. Like here you have some threads popping out. There's a black thread popping out there. There's some orange threading that's popping out here. It doesn't even seem like it was properly stitched, maybe. If I can get this to focus. Right, if you see that. There's another one popping out there. So it just doesn't seem like it was very well finished to me. And I kind of take issue with that. Especially for 150 bucks, this is not a cheap jacket by any means. And I want something that's gonna last a long time. You know, that's the fun of having a jacket like this. It'll last 5, 10, 15, maybe 20 years, who knows? And it makes it cool. It's a story. You've worn the jacket. It's been with you for a long time, and that really adds to owning a jacket like this. And, you know, it's unfortunate because I was really excited about the jacket. I thought it, you know, looked really cool online. But after having actually gotten it, it looks like it's something I'm going to be sending back. I'm not too happy with the quality. My one last pet peeve here is this. You see people wearing this jacket with these remove before flight tags. Please, if you're gonna wear this jacket, take this off. This wasn't actually on the real jacket like this remove before flight. This is actually an homage to the engagement pins that are on the ordnances on airplanes. You'll see the ground crew pulling out the red flag pins from the actual missiles or the bombs that are attached to the aircraft. And that arms them before takeoff and allows the pilot to actually deploy them. So they become live when these get pulled out. Now I get like this is cool for the jacket to come with this when you first get it in, you know, out of the box. But if you're wearing this, I don't think a pilot would be wearing this, you know, around town. And so just a pet peeve of mine, take that off. And while I was mentioning that, I noticed that there's some more fraying and unfinished threads here, which my camera can't really zoom into all. There it is. You see that? That's sort of fraying. Anyway, it's those sorts of things when added together makes me confident that although the jacket looks nice online, it's really perhaps not the real deal and something that I'll be sending back. All right, Alpha, if you're listening, I think the company has an amazing, rich history. I think you should do a better job at building products and making sure your products conform to the quality of the history of your company as well. All right, till next time, guys.